host, Aaron, and today we have a very exciting unboxing and first impressions video, and that is of the Apple Pencil, the highly sought after Apple Pencil. I actually was only able to snag one of these because Best Buy had orders come online out of nowhere, so I'm very, very excited for this. So we're going to definitely go ahead and delve in here and take a look. Very simple packaging, you know, like Apple's known for, so let's go ahead and hop into it. I'm going to grab my handy dandy knife right here, because that'll make this process a lot easier. Always cut away from you, because you don't want to have something dumb happen. There we go. You don't want to puncture the box, you just want enough to just slice the wrapping on it. Perfect. Okay, we'll just set it over there. Okay, so here we are. Looks like it's pretty straightforward. So it looks like we got a little tab here. Okay, so it just slides out. Pretty nifty. Okay, so we'll put this part here. So we have the typical design by Apple in California right here. So we'll take that out and we reveal the pencil itself, which we'll get to again in a moment. So sliding this part out, we have our adapter, which is what's going to be used to charge it. Unless you don't want to plug it into the bottom of your iPad, you can just plug a lightning cable here, plug the pencil in there, bam, you charge it that way. If you like that better than doing the top-off charge by plugging it in. It also comes with an extra tip because the tips do wear out over time, so you're gonna need extra tips. They're, as far as I'm aware, they're not selling them right now, so we have no idea what the pricing is gonna be, but I'm willing to bet it's gonna take a while to need the extra tips unless you use it a lot. So that'll be interesting to see what people have to say about how long it takes for the tips to go bad. So okay, we have extra tip there. We have some documentation, pretty much showing how the cap comes off, and it shows the cord, showing you can plug it in for a fast charge and pair. So that's how you do pair it, since it is Bluetooth, which is awesome that they make it as easy as just plugging her in instead of, you know, actually having to go through the standard Bluetooth process. Then you got all this information about the warranty, that kind of stuff. So pretty straightforward information. I'll go ahead and get this all back in here because we want to keep a hold of that. We don't want to lose that adapter. Or actually, you know what, let's go ahead and pull out the little adapter part, because that's actually probably something I'm going to be having to use. Now, okay, it looks like this is resealable, which is really helpful. So that way I don't lose this. I was just about to say, this thing is very tiny, so I feel like I could lose this. Well, as I say that, the little sticky part comes off. But, yeah, it's very, very tiny indeed. I'm not going to bother grabbing a cable and testing it because I'm pretty sure it's straightforward. But I can put it in there, and then this sticky part, yeah, it stays on pretty well. Okay, perfect. All right, cool. So we saw that too. All right, nifty. I haven't looked in like any unboxing videos or anything for this. I just kind of held off and made it my own thing. So I'm literally going in blind here. Okay, so then we move on to the pencil itself. It's got a nice little flap here. Apple's always very good with their packaging. To pull this out, and it's got a little gap there for the tip, which is nice. So we can get this wrap off. Okay, we'll put that over there. And bam. So this is the Apple Pencil. It's got a little word pencil up here, the Apple logo, Apple Pencil, and then the cap, of course. Almost looks like a little button, but it's actually not. It just does nothing, it looks like. But it's actually magnetic, so it just slides right off and actually stays on pretty well. If you look in here, there's a little slit, so there's actually a certain way to put it so you don't put it on the wrong way. And it just slides right on and it just magnetizes, so it actually doesn't want to fall off. It actually clicks down pretty snug. That's probably what that little top part helps with. It actually gives a very satisfying click to let you know it's on there. So it's pretty nice, actually. Pretty straightforward. Tip feels stiff, not rubbery. I did test one of these out very briefly while I was in the Apple store, but I got a very, very brief test on it. So anyway, let's go ahead. We'll get the iPad unlocked here. Oh, it's already turned. I'm more of a landscape kind of guy myself. I think most people are. So we're going to go ahead and pair this. So apparently it's as easy as just plugging her in. So we got it plugged in. Oh, I got to turn my Bluetooth on. Fair enough. I don't keep it on my iPad because I just don't use any Bluetooth with it, so it kills battery. Why waste it? I mean, now I'm going to be using Bluetooth. Okay, so it should be pairing. I'm not sure if it'll give confirmation or anything. Bluetooth is on. Let's double check in the settings, make sure it is paired. Yep, Apple Pencil connected. Now it should allow me at this point to, yeah, it gives me a battery widget, and it actually says the pencil comes with a full charge, 100%, so it is ready to go. So that's it. As far as I'm aware, there's no other, you know, setup process. So I can just stick the cat back on there, and we can go to town. So, and there it goes. Huh. It does feel very nice on it. It doesn't feel too slick, but it doesn't feel too rough. And at the angle I'm sitting at, I can see, because of course, you know, there's always going to be a smidge of a gap between the glass and the actual screen itself. So I can kind of see from my current angle, which I'm sitting kind of at a 45-degree angle from it, so I can kind of see the camera. I can actually see where the line is beneath this, and it does seem very precise. Let me kind of get in close. Oh yeah, like your hand barely moves, and it's drawing. Like it's very, very close. Like when they say this thing is pixel accurate, they aren't kidding. Like if you just set it still and try to keep your hand from wobbling, like you can see it moving. So anyway, with me saying that, what I'm getting at is it's better, obviously, if you look face on, so that way you can just see. And sure enough, it looks like, it just looks like I'm writing with a pencil. And I can push harder, which makes it darker. I'm hoping that this is coming across on the camera pretty well, because I know, especially since my iPad being so bright, I'm going to move the camera up a little here. I'll make it a little easier on you guys. Let me go ahead and do this. Yeah, the pencil has a good weight to it. Like, it's not heavy, but if it honestly kind of feels like the weight of a standard pen or pencil. It's definitely not too bad. So Smart Cover is really good for this. Give it a nice slight incline. Let me go ahead and lock the exposure here on the camera, so that way it can help you kind of cognitively see what's going on. So yeah, I wonder if there's a way to quickly just delete everything. Oh no, that's rotate. I've never really, oh there we go, erase all. Okay, yeah, I've never really messed around in the Notes Sketch app. I just know it's the best native one. So here we go. We have like a light stroke, and I can push harder, and you can. Seems like this app may not be the best at demonstrating that capability. You gotta be careful how hard you push. I guess it's maybe something I gotta kind of get used to, the range, because I was pushing a little hard, and I can kind of see the screen inside, you know, getting a little warped from me pressing too hard. And obviously you don't want to damage your screen. So it's something that people are gonna have to get used to, and I believe I've heard there's calibration options for it for the pressure sensitivity. So that's something I'll have to check into. But let's test on the side. I believe you could use it to shade. Is that not a feature of the Notes app? I'm not certain. That's actually an interesting question. Maybe it's not. Or maybe it's just a... Oh, you know what? That's because I was using a pen. So now if I use a pencil, I bet... Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like I said, I haven't messed around in the Notes app. I don't mean to look like an idiot. Okay, well, yeah, so that's pretty much... Wow, that's pretty cool, man. It's just like you're using a pencil. Like, and I'm pressing harder and it's coming out darker. Man, that is impressive. That is cool, man. So if I just do very light shading, compared to if I give it a good pressure, I press even harder. It has a pretty good range of pressures. That's impressive, and it's the fact that it has pressure even when you do it sideways is awesome. Like the fact that it's not just pressure down, because you could imagine it'd be easy to do pressure going down because it just pushes in, but the fact that it can detect pushing to the side and everything is pretty amazing. That's pretty impressive. It's got like a ruler here, of course, so that way you can draw some straight lines as well. Oh, I kind of started shading there. Okay, so wonder if the shade works with the ruler. I'd imagine it would. Kind of. I think it's because I started picking up the ruler, so it's something I had to take practice with. But yeah, so let's get rid of that ruler real quick. marker. Okay. Push hard. Oh, this actually makes it, seems like I made it bigger. So I can, oh, I can just tip it kind of thing. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, so it's just like a highlighter, how they're slanted. So if I come straight down, it's got the point. But as I go down to the side, it gets more and more fat because it's like I'm going to the diagonal of it. So if I come up, oh, wow, that is cool, man. So as I, that is just so nifty. I will tell you what. That's so cool, man. It's just got a good weight and a natural feel to it. Palm rejection, I'm actually kind of being careful about it because it's something you think about, but I shouldn't be thinking about it now that I think about it, if that makes sense. So let me get pencil, and I can just lay my palm right on here. It's like you're just doodling. There's like no latency. Like, I know there is latency. People have done high-speed, high-speed capture videos and stuff of it, and there is latency, but it's very minimal. There is going to be naturally some sounds, like if I'm doing like I'm doing now, where I don't know if you can hear it. And this is to be expected. Like I said, the tip is especially not too soft, but you can kind of hear a tap-tap. Of that scraping on there. But it honestly like feels like you're using a pencil, especially here in the Notes app, just sketching like this. So let's do a handwriting test real quick. I'm trying not to make this video too long. I'm just giving a nice in-depth view of the pencil. So let's go ahead and erase this. So let's give my signature, which sucks. My handwriting sucks, but you know what? I honestly rushed my signature. Here's me taking my time with my signature. So there's very little latency. You can kind of notice if you think about it, but I think it's one of those things that if you just ignore it, nothing. But it seems to be working well. Let me just write my name like normal. Oh wait, what am I doing? I almost went back to cursive. That is a pencil, man. It's so cool. This is so nifty, man. It's like you're using a pencil. Okay, so with that, that's the Notes app. Let's take a look. So it does work as a normal stylus elsewhere. So if you really wanted to, you could just use it like a stylus, maybe to an extent. I guess you can't pull down your notification centers and stuff. Okay, well, you know, you got the basic options. I wonder if you can play a game with it. I'd imagine you could at this point. So I got a couple of apps here just to prepare and test. So, you know, we got a Adobe Sketchbook here, which, again, pencil. So it's, you know, the more I tilt, the more it shades. And it should be pressure sensitive. This one seems like it's a bit more sensitive to the pressure than the standard Notes app. That's what it seems like to me. That's so cool how precise it can get, because it's getting very much so, like if I go like this, it's a very tiny fine point. Oh man, that's so cool, because I'm like barely dragging it and it's leaving like this extremely light line. Like I don't even think you can pick it up here on the camera, but it's leaving a very light line. So it's actually very, very sensitive. I want to see if the Notes app will actually be that light. Let's see. No, yeah, it is. Dude, like if you just let the pencil just literally drag, it just leaves this very, very faint line. Like that is sensitive, dude. So I don't even realize how much pressure I'm actually putting on it when I write. That's pretty cool. Like that is pretty nuts. So you got water brush here. So one of those things, as you push, the brush kind of fans out. Oh, wow. And let's just do one more here because I don't want this video to take too long. We got Procreate here. I'll just do one that's retina. Okay. So yeah, there's very, very little latency. Like, you have to really, really be looking for it. Even then, sometimes you can't catch it. A little bit more here in these apps compared to the Notes app that's built in. But I mean, naturally, these are going to be dedicated, so there's a lot more image processing and stuff that's going on behind them. But that's pretty nice. Okay, well, now for the just final roundup here before we go. The final test before I call this video quits is me actually trying to draw something. This is going to suck. I'll do a stick man. I'll do it in pencil. So I'll do a stick man. God, this thing, it's legit. That's exactly what my stick man would look like on a piece of paper. I'm gonna try to give him a little face. He's adorable. I'll give him some hair. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'll get colors down here. Give him a little hair. Yep, that's my stick man. He's so cool. Get him a little stick man shirt. Yeah. Get him a little stick man pants. And then I'll try to draw some sort of a face, because that's what you do. See, I kind of tilted when I went to the side there, so like an actual pencil, it started shading. Actually undo that. Something very nifty with digital artwork is an undo button is right there. So I can be all like, bam, oh, that's lopsided, undo. Okay, let's give this one more shot, do a circle. Bam, okay, screw it, that's a face. Okay, and so now I'm gonna give him a nose. Oh, I could do better on that nose. I don't want to shade the nose. Need to be a little more precise. Okay. Nope, looks creepy. I'm just gonna stick to this because it looks better. Yeah, it's definitely darker over here and lighter over here, because over here I'm kind of lifted, whereas here I've got more weight on it. So it's very, very sensitive. It's pretty impressive. It also looks like the tip actually screws on and off, which is very interesting. So it actually screws. It looks like it was a little bit loose. Wondering if that's something that'll loosen as you draw. No, it doesn't feel like it'll get caught and loosen. It feels like it ought to be very intentional, but it seems like mine came a little loose, so be sure to check that. And oh god, that's so bad, man. Oh, I'm such a horrible artist. Well, with this, I'm hoping to practice and like try to get better. Here, I'll shade the eyebrows. Yep, here you go, guys. This is what an artist looks like. Give some color. I'm just kind of trying things now. There's this natural part of you that doesn't want to put pressure on it because it worries you're gonna like break your iPad. So that's gonna have to be a natural instinct I have to get over. I don't know about you, but I think my guy kind of looks like an asshole. He looks like a bully who's laughing after he just pushed a kid into a locker. Like, especially if I was like to do this and like give him these angry eyebrows. Yep, just pushed a kid in a locker. That's what this guy is. Okay, anyway, this video's been about 20 minutes. I don't want to waste y'all's time. This is nifty. I highly recommend it. It is $100, so it's expensive. but it works really well. I've always wondered what the battery life's like too, so let's see what we're looking at. 94%, and I've been using it for 20 minutes now. Well, granted, I had opening, so 15 minutes now. 5% in 15 minutes is fantastic. And then you can do a top-off charge. Oh, I got the bottom over here now. So you just do a top-off charge simply by plugging it in, and so now it'll show it's charging. So yeah, it's pretty great. It doesn't look like, a lot of people make fun of it sticking out the bottom. I know a guy did a bend test trying to break this while it's in there, and it's actually extraordinarily resilient. Honestly, I wouldn't be worried about it, especially since you're going to have it in there for 15 seconds, which gives you a 15 seconds gives 30 minutes charge, I believe it was, or it was an hour. I can't remember, one or the other. So it charges super duper fast, and that's not supposed to be the optimal charging like we established. They got the adapter. This is just like, oh, I'm out on the go. I don't want to have to bring a cord and an adapter. Oh, that's right. I can just do this. And I'm assuming the pencil turns itself off. It says I'm at 91%. That's weird. Anyway, I assume the pencil turns itself off. From my understanding, it just stays off and it turns itself on as soon as it detects that it touches the screen. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, okay, well, that is the Apple Pencil. So I hope you guys liked the video, even though it may have been a bit too long for your taste. Is good in-depth look from someone who's not an artist's perspective. I'm hoping to get better because I do enjoy drawing. I'm just really bad at it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything, feel free to leave them below. Like the video, subscribe, and I definitely appreciate all your support.